What happens when the strongest heroes Earth has ever known face a threat that could erase the planet itself? The Hulk, Thor, even the monstrous World Breaker, not as enemies, but as humanity's last hope. This isn't just another battle. It's Earth's final stand, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The coming cataclysm. A cold dread settles over the planet. It's not the creeping fear of an imminent attack, but something much more profound, an ominous silence before the storm. The skies, usually patrolled by watchful superheroes, are ominously empty. Even the birds have fallen silent. Giant cracked spiderweb across the once impenetrable dome of the Fantastic Four's headquarters. High above New York, a tear in the very fabric of reality throbs like a monstrous migraine. On a remote Scottish island, an ancient Asgardian portal shimmers open, spewing forth worried whispers and images of unimaginable horror. Worlds ending, devoured from existence by a colossal maw of pure darkness. Back in New York, the Human Torch roars with frustration as he and the rest of the FF watch, their worst fears confirmed on a nearby monitor. Whatever lies behind that tear is vast, hungry, and intelligent. And they know, with sickening certainty, that whatever it is, Thanos was right. Their weapons are useless. Assembling the Titans, a meeting of unlikely allies takes place in Washington, D.C., where the remnants of the Justice League, divided and scattered following the events of Dark Days, the casting, are gathered. Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman listen intently as a desperate plea is made. Governments and militaries around the world have deployed everything they have against the growing rift. But even their combined might is only buying them time, and time is running out fast. Each hero present is haunted by their own internal demons, some in self-imposed exile, others disillusioned with the world. Some are simply biding their time until they can get revenge on those who have wronged them. But the pleas of billions of innocent people is a universal language. They may not fight together, but tonight they will fight as one. For some, the call to arms is literal. For others, it's a telepathic summons or a cryptic message delivered by an ally. But all roads lead to the same destination, the gaping void in the sky. The Hulk, dwelling in a secluded cabin deep within the Alaskan wilderness, feels the ground beneath him rumble as the fabric of reality is torn asunder. Memories of past battles, of friends lost in responsibilities, shirked crash over him like a tidal wave. Grumbling to himself, Bruce Banner pulls on his old green pants, a shadow of a smile touching his lips. Maybe this time he won't get angry. Maybe this time he'll just smash. Thor, meanwhile, stands atop a windswept mountain in Broxton, Oklahoma, his home away from home. Images flicker across his closed eyelids. The faces of his fallen comrades. The dying screams of innocence and the cold, pitiless stare of the World Breaker. He knows what he must do. But the weight of his heritage, the memories of past battles, and the echoes of Mjolnir unanswered, press down upon him like a funeral shroud. Still, his duty is clear. As long as he draws breath, Asgard will have a champion. The Uneasy Alliance, a whirlwind of green muscle and crackling lightning slams into the World Eater, forcing it back from its assault on the barrier. But the respite is short-lived. The creature is too strong, too relentless, and as it lashes out, smashing the Hulk through a nearby skyscraper, Bruce Banner realizes he needs a plan. A real plan. He turns to his fellow Avengers, most of whom are nursing old injuries, or worse, fresh wounds. Black Widow, her face a mask of grim determination, gives the order to retreat. Together, the heroes fall back, regrouping on higher ground. There, out of the creature's immediate range, they can assess the damage, both to themselves and to their But there is little time for strategizing. With each passing moment, the World Breaker grows stronger, its dark energy seeping into the earth, corrupting it, warping it. Thor, his face grim, steps forward, his voice booming across the ruined landscape. Only he can do it. Only he can face the World Eater head-on and buy the Earth some time. The Green Goliath snarls, unwilling to accept the loss of his new friend. But even he knows there's no other choice. With a mighty roar, Thor launches his attack, his hammer whistling through the air like a spear. But the World Breaker is ready for him. Its dark tendrils lash out, wrapping around Mjolnir, crushing it like a bug. The god of thunder bellows in pain and rage as his most treasured possession is sundered and sent flying. It doesn't matter. As Thor plummets toward the earth, his hammerless hand glowing with raw power, he remembers the words of his father. A true king is defined not by his possessions, but by his actions. Taking a deep breath, he lets go of his fear and embraces the power surging through him. Whatever the cost, he will stop the World Breaker. The World Breaker unleashed. The creature turns its baleful gaze upon the remaining heroes. Sensing victory is at hand, it opens its mouth. From its throat issues a whisper, just a whisper, yet it carries the power to shatter mountains, to crack the earth and split the seas. In a single instant, entire cities vanish under a spreading blanket of darkness. And the mightiest heroes of Earth are flung back, broken and bleeding. Only the Hulk remains standing, or rather, kneeling. His eyes blaze with a terrible light as the last vestiges of Bruce Banner are driven from his mind. No more hiding. No more running. No more regrets. In that moment of complete and utter rage, the Green Goliath becomes the Grey Hulk, a monstrous parody of his former self, strong enough to trade blows with the World Breaker. Their battle rages across the globe, shaking the foundations of the world. Mountain ranges buckle and topple, oceans boil and turn to steam. As the two titans clash, the fate of the Earth hangs in the balance. Can even the unhinged Grey Hulk defeat a creature that devours whole planets? Or will the Earth and its remaining heroes be consumed by the encroaching darkness? The answer, if there is one, lies in the depths of the Hulk's savage mind, in the uncharted territory of his rage. The hero who once smashed a planet to save the life of his beloved Betty Ross now smashes planets for pure, unadulterated fun. Is there any hope of reaching the man inside the monster? Can Dr. Banner reassert control over his alter ego and turn the tide of battle? Or is the Hulk simply too powerful, too monstrous to be controlled? As the world trembles and the lines between good and evil blur, one thing is certain, the fate of the Earth rests in the hands of a monster. Echoes of victory or despair. The Earth groans, a wounded animal, its lifeblood seeping into the corrupted ground, its limbs broken and aching. But the wound is not fatal. The heroes have won, but at what cost? The World Breaker is banished, its threat receding into the vastness of space. But the damage it wrought remains. Cities are in ruins, landmarks obliterated, and entire ecosystems poisoned. But amidst the devastation, there are glimmers of hope. Survivors emerge from the rubble, blinking in the sunlight. And the heroes, battered and bruised, survey the damage, knowing that their work is far from over. The Hulk, or rather, the Grey Hulk, slumps to his knees, the last of his strength ebbing away. Bruce Banner, weak but resolute, reasserts control over his alter ego, bringing the raging monster to a shuddering halt. Thor, stripped of his hammer and armor, collapses onto the nearest patch of grass, his wounds weeping, his spirit unbroken. They are just two of the many heroes bearing the scars of battle, both physical and emotional. For some, the scars run deeper than the flesh, cleaving through their hopes and dreams, severing bonds that were once unbreakable. Others find solace in the gratitude of survivors, their cheers echoing across the ruined landscape. But even that can't make up for the heavy toll exacted by the World Breaker. In the aftermath of the cataclysm, the world is left to pick up the pieces, to rebuild what was lost, and to mourn what can never be The heroes, meanwhile, are scattered, some vanishing into the ether to lick their wounds and come to terms with the horrors they've witnessed. Others stay behind, shouldering the burden of leadership and trying to restore order to a world that has been turned upside down. And as the sun rises on a battered but unbroken Earth, the question remains, what comes next? For the heroes, the threat may be over, but the struggle to protect the innocent has just begun. The world is forever changed by the battle, but so are its champions. Now, more than ever, they must find a way to move forward, to heal the wounds of war, and prepare for whatever new challenges lie ahead. And as the echoes of battle fade into memory, the heroes of Earth stand ready to face whatever comes next, together. The coming of the World Breaker forced unlikely alliances, shattered perceptions, and tested the limits of heroism. It was a battle that threatened to consume everything. But in the end, It forged new bonds and revealed the true meaning of strength, courage, and sacrifice.
Follow Unlimited League Zone. Like, share, and subscribe for more superhero battles.